Okay. So if you have any differences between the opening balance and closing balance of any asset and any liability of long-term nature, we have to prepare the ledger account, roughly the ledger account of that particular asset or particular liability. Now we see machinery. There is machinery account in the opening and closing. Opening balance is 75,000. Opening balance of machinery is 75,000. Okay. Opening balance is 75,000. Now the closing balance given in the question, the closing balance. This is opening balance brought down. This is the last year closing balance and current year opening balance it will be. Okay, current year opening balance. Okay. Now the current year closing balance is given in the question. Current year closing balance is given in the question as rupees machinery 84,500. 84,000. This is the closing balance. By balance, okay, just a rough ledger account. How the machinery account has changed from the beginning to end. The end it is 84,500. In between, if there is no information in between, this is the opening balance, the closing balance. In between, nothing happened. We can just take the difference as purchase of machinery. Okay. Opening balance was 75. Closing balance is 84,500. Then if there is no information in between, nothing has happened to machinery account, then we can just take the difference as the purchase of machine, because the closing
But there
balance
is a depreciation which has happened.
Sorry?
There is a depreciation mentioned in the adjustment, in the additional information.
What I am telling you, if nothing is mentioned about the happenings in between the opening and closing, so we can take just the difference. Okay. Now we have to look into the question. Is there any information about the machine given? Okay. Look at the question. If nothing is given, I'm telling, please understand, if nothing is happening in between, then the difference should be, if the closing is more than the opening, then it is called purchase. Okay. If the closing is less than the opening, then it is called sales. Okay, sales. Now in this case, if nothing is there, I will write the difference here as to bank account. That is purchase, outflow of cash on investing activity. Suppose this is 70,000. I will write here 5,000 as by bank 5,000. That is sales, inflow of cash. But in this question, there are some information relating to machine. There are some information relating to machine. They are buying machine. Look at the adjustment number 2. Assets of another company were purchased for a consideration of 30,000 payable in shares. The assets were purchased, stock 10,000 and machine 12,500. So they are paying equity share and they are buying one particular machine. Worth rupees? How much? 12,500. 12,500 what they are buying machine. And then again point number C, they are talking about machine. Machine was further purchased for 2,000. They are buying another machine, another piece of machine. They are buying, that could be bank account. Okay, that is bank account. They are buying. Okay. So bank account 4,000 rupees they are buying. And then anything else is there?
Depreciation.
Else? Yeah, depreciation is there. Depreciation given in the question as rupees 6,000. Look at the adjustment number D. Adjustment number D, they are telling the machine is depreciation written off on machine is 6,000. Depreciation account on machine is 6,000. Okay, 6,000. And then one more information on the
loss on sale of machine.
Yeah, loss on sale of machine is
100 rupees.
100 rupees written off to general reserve. So loss on machinery by general reserve, that is 100. Okay, 100. Is there any other item relating to machine in the question? We don't think so. Okay. First is dividend A, dividend B is machine we have taken. C is also machine we have taken. D is also machine we have taken. E is about income tax. F is about loss on sale of machine that is being considered. Okay, this is about the information on machine. Now,
one question.
Yes,
sorry, why you have taken two bank account, but here it is nowhere mentioned 4,000 was taken from bank.
Without paying
purchased.
check, how do you buy?
They have purchased for 4,000.
File number C. File number C talks about machinery was further purchased for rupees 4,000.
No, I got it, sir. I'm saying how the account you have taken as bank account. Why
And
not?
instead of that, what we can take? You tell me.
Sorry?
What we can take?
No, I was just thinking, nothing is given, we can take the cash account, bank
Yeah,
account.
cash you can take, but in general, companies cannot pay in cash. Okay, it is income tax problem and all other things you have to pay only through check. Of course, there are some exemption up to 20,000 or up to 10,000 you can pay in cash. But in general, companies or any business organization, they will be encouraged to do transaction only through bank. It will be an evidence as well as the income tax department will accept it immediately. There won't be any doubt on your voucher, on your payment. So it is paid through bank. I am assuming it is paid through bank. That's it.
Okay.
If you want to put it cash, you can put to cash account. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Yes, madam. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Please.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have to take the difference. It should be equal. Both sides should be equal. If it is not equal, then there should be a purchase or sale of machine. Okay. I am checking the total of this. Okay. Same total. I am taking the credit side as well. Credit side total. Okay, but there is a mismatch. There is a mismatch of how much? 900 rupees. 900 rupees is less in the credit side. 900 rupees is the less in the credit side. If it is less in the credit side, what should be the possibility? If there is a credit in the asset side,
Sale.
then the asset is reduced. Asset is reduced. Possibility of asset reducing is depreciation that is already recorded.
Sale.
Then what is the other possibility?
Sale of
That's all.
machinery.
It's sale. So it's a bank account. I'm receiving money in bank by selling the machine. Sale of machine. That's only for our understanding. I'm writing in bracket sale of machine. Okay, the entry is only by bank. Bank account debit to machine account. That's the entry. So I'm getting it's a difference. It's a balancing figure. Okay, it's a balancing figure. Balancing figure. Okay. Just for account to be tallied, it is not tallying, so we are considering it as a sale of machine. So this 900, why I am preparing this account? What is the need? We are not preparing any account here. Why we are preparing this? We are asked to prepare a cash flow only to know about the inflow and outflow from sale or purchase of this particular machine. For that purpose, I am preparing. Okay. So these two will come under cash flow statement. This 4,000, this 900. This is outflow. This is inflow. Okay. Okay. Right. Next account. There is one account called building account. See, there is a land and building. Land and building. What is happening in land and building? Land and building. Opening balance. Listen very carefully. Land and building is an asset. So asset will always have opening balance in debit side. Okay. That's why I'm writing in debit side. Balance brought down from the last year to current year. What is the balance coming in? 2014 closing balance of 2014 is how much? 1 lakh. That will become a opening balance of 2015. We are doing this for 2015, right? So closing balance. Look at the balance sheet.
95,000.
Closing balance of the current year is 95,000. 95. 1 lakh was the land and building value in the beginning of this current year. Now it has become 95,000. So is there any change? Is there any information given in the additional information? Look at the additional information. Anything on land and building is given. Anything on land and building? Yes? Nothing is given. First one is dividend. Second one is asset purchased. One is stock. One is machine. Third one is machine further purchase. Fourth one is depreciation on machine. Fifth one is income tax. Sixth one is machinery loss. Nothing is given. So what could be the difference between the opening and closing?
The sale of building.
Yes, sir.
Sale of building.
Sale of building. Possible. But
No,
more
sir.
logical. Sale of building.
Depreciation. Sorry, depreciation.
Yeah, that is a first possibility. Okay, if it is 50,000 or something, we can assume that is a sale of building. The portion of building you sold it. We can assume like that. But here it is not so. It's only very less amount. So we are taking it as a depreciation. We are taking it as depreciation. Here as depreciation. Okay. This is a non-cash operating activity. To find out the cash flow from operating activity, this 5,000 is used. That is why we are doing this. Okay. So this 1 lakh, this side also 1 lakh. This account is closed. Now next, any other account to be prepared? Look at the question. Any other account to be prepared?
Stock.
Stock is a current asset. Now, why do you want to take it here? Stock is a current asset. The change in stock. What is the treatment for change in stock? Stock is a current asset. Increase in current asset, decrease in current asset will go to adjustment for working capital changes. You remember? Adjustment for working capital changes. All the current assets and all the current liabilities will be taken care in the working capital changes. Here it is, the ledger account need to be prepared only for long-term assets. Long-term assets. Okay, long-term, only long-term assets. Okay, it is not for any other current asset. Okay, anything else current asset? I mean, non-current assets are there. That's all. Only 2 assets are there. We have taken care. Goodwill, last year goodwill was nil. Current year goodwill is 7,500. Last year goodwill was nil. Current year goodwill is 7,500. So the 7,500 has taken from the current year. We have to consider that. Okay. Next, that's all about the asset. Liability side. Look at the liability side. Liability side. In liability side, what is happening? Share capital is there. First item is share capital. From 1 lakh, it has become 1 lakh 30. From 1 lakh, it has become 1 lakh 30. So let me prepare a small, a rough capital account. Okay, capital account. Capital account. Share capital account. Share capital account. Share capital is a liability. So liability will always have a credit balance. By balance brought down. Please understand, liability will have a credit balance. Asset will have a debit balance. Okay. So this is a liability. So the opening balance is 1 lakh. Opening balance is 1 lakh. Closing balance. Look at the closing balance. Closing balance is, what is the closing balance? Closing balance is 1 lakh 30,000. 1 lakh 30,000. 1 lakh was the capital when I was starting a business for the current year. It has become 1 lakh 30 today. But why this change? I'm just trying to understand. They are buying some asset. Look at this. Point number 2. They are buying asset, stock and machinery by issue of equity share capital. So by stock account and then by machine account. They are buying from another company some stock and some machine. They are not giving any cash. They are giving equity share.
Stocks.
Ownership in the business. That is how much. Stock is for 10,000.
10,000. Machinery is 12,500. 12,500.
12,500. 12,500. Look at this. They are buying worth rupees only 22,500. But they are giving the value of equity. They are given the stake in the business for more than that. How much they are giving the stake? They are giving stake for rupees 30,000. Look at the second point in additional information.
Yeah.
Assets of another company were purchased for a consideration of 30,000. We have taken only 2 assets from that company. Stock worth rupees 10,000, machine worth rupees 12,500. But we have given the ownership in our company for rupees 30,000. It is given 30,000. So the difference is we have paid extra. We have paid extra. We have paid extra. If it is paid extra, means that is to be considered as goodwill. Right? Goodwill.
7,500.
7,500. The balancing figure 7,500. Goodwill account 7,500 as balancing figure. Okay. It is very simple to understand. We bought something lesser than the worth what we have given. So the difference between that is extra premium what we have paid. So the premium what we pay in the purchase of any asset from a running business, we have to consider that as a goodwill. this is a loss. Actually, this is a loss. This is actually a loss. You bought 12,500 worth of goods by spending 30,000 rupees. Actually, it is loss. Why did you accept this loss? Because this machine may be very much required for you, or the stock is very much required for you, or it's a running business you are buying, running business. So you are paying more than the actual value. It need to be written off in the next coming year's profit. From next coming year's profit, you will write off the 7,500 rupees gradually. Okay. So now this is the capital account, 1,30,000. So both sides are equal. Both sides are equal. Any other account to be prepared? There is a general reserve account. Look at this. General reserve. There is a general reserve account. General reserve in the beginning. General reserve. Look at the general reserve balance in the balance sheet. Yeah. Balance sheet is telling general reserve of rupees. How much? General reserve of rupees. How much? The opening balance. General reserve.
25,000.
Yeah, 25,000 rupees. 25,000. General reserve is a liability, internal liability. So it's a credit balance. General reserve. General reserve account is 25,000 rupees. 25,000. Okay. Closing balance how much?
30,000.
Yeah, closing balance. Balance carried down is closing balance. Current year closing balance, that is 30,000. 30,000. So 5,000 has increased. 5,000 has increased apparently, but there is one adjustment with regard to general
100
reserve
rupees.
in machine
100
itself.
rupees.
We have credited machine account by general reserve. This will go to debit side of general reserve account to machine account. To machine account, that is 100 rupees. That is 100 rupees. Okay. Now the difference is how much? 5,000.
5,100.
Difference. Yeah, the difference here it is 30,100. Here it is 25,000. So the difference is 5,100. This 5,100 is the amount what is taken from current year's profit and loss account as reserve. Current year's profit and loss account as reserve. Reserve will increase only when if you add some reserve to the existing reserve. How can you add reserve? Reserve is added from the existing current year profit and loss account. Current year profit and loss account. From the profit and loss account, we have taken 5,100 rupees to add with the existing reserve of 25,000. That is why it has become 30,000 after writing off the machinery account of 100. Okay. So this is how you have to prepare the general reserve account. See, this is just workings. You can prepare like this, or you can just mentally you can calculate and write it also. In exam, these accounts need not to be prepared very neatly. You can just take a mental calculation and you can write it. That's also fine. Next, there is one more account called provision for tax. Provision for tax. There is some transaction happening in provision for tax. What is the opening balance? Look at the opening balance. Provision for tax. Provision for tax is a liability. We have to pay tax. We have kept a provision. We have not still paid. So it's a liability. It should be always in a credit balance, right? It's a balance brought down. Balance brought down. The last year balance is
15,000.
15,000, right? 15,000. Current year balance is
17,500.
17,500. 17,500. Okay. Two balance carry down. Two balance carry down. 17,500. Okay. 15,000 has become 17,500. Is there any adjustment regarding any information regarding income tax?
They have paid income tax for
Yeah, there is
16,500.
a point number E. Point number E. Income tax provided during the year is 16,500. That means from the profit and loss account, we created a new provision. Current year provision. Okay, profit and loss account from the current year. Current year provision. Current year provision for income tax. Provision for IT. Provision for income tax. How much it is? 16,500. See, look at very carefully. 15,000 I was having a balance of provision to be paid to income tax. Current year I have made a provision of 16,500. So total provision should be the total of this. But my provision is standing at rupees 17,500. So that means the balance, the difference between these two, has been, what you can assume here, what you can take. The difference is, this is payable total, this is payable closing, then the difference between these two will be
Current year.
paid. The difference between these two will be paid. So
Income
you have
tax
paid
paid.
income tax.
To bank
So this,
account.
yeah, bank account, paid income tax. Okay, 14,500. It's only a balancing figure. It's only a balancing figure. Okay, so this is how the provision for tax has affected in the particular year. So as long as the long-term liability and the provisions are concerned, we have done with all the account. Now we have to start with the cash flow statement. Cash flow statement. I'll write it here. The cash flow statement. Okay. Particulars.
One question again. So you mentioned in the asset side, we prepare only long-term assets.
Yeah.
Anything
Yes,
like that
yes.
for the liabilities?
Yeah, yeah. Liability also. But provision is, it's not just, it's a current liability. I agree with you, it's a current liability. But we have to find out how much we paid, because provision for tax need to be adjusted in the payment of tax, need to be adjusted in the operating activity. The last item in the operating activity is tax paid. To find out that, as well as the cash outflow from the tax paid. So we are preparing this account. Only this provision for tax you have to prepare like this. Remaining all current liabilities and current assets need not to be prepared. Okay.
Okay.
Because all current liabilities and current assets will change every now and then. You have a stock today morning, evening need not to be have the same stock. Tomorrow morning the stock will change because of sales or because of new purchases. Okay, so there are so many changes every now and then will take place in current assets and current liabilities of general nature. But provision for tax, of course, it's a current liability. But why we prepare this account is, it will have only two entries in a year. One is provision made and another one is tax paid. Okay, it won't change every now and then. So we prepare provision for tax account to know about how much provision you made in the current year, to record that in the P&L account, and how much you paid as income tax, to record that in the cash flow statement of operating activity. Okay, for that purpose, we are preparing this.
Okay.
Now,
Sir, I have a doubt that
Yes, sir.
of general reserve, sir.
yes.
Sir, we can write a general reserve account in that account, sir. In that only account, sir.
Which one?
See, we have general reserve account opened here.
Yeah.
In that, we can write general reserve by general reserve account itself, sir.
It is the balance. You should not write. Balance brought down. I'm sorry. It is balance brought down. Okay. In any account, you should not write that name. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The particulars, amount. Okay. So now we are going to make the real cash flow statement. How the cash flow was there in different activities. The first one is, you have to start with the first one, that is, which one? First one is operating activity. So cash flow from operating activity. Cash flow from operating activity. Cash flow from operating activities. Okay. Under that, you have to start from the difference between the last year balance and current year balance. The profit and loss account last year was how much? 15,200. The current year it is 15,400. So the increase in profit and loss account, increase in the balance of P&L account is how much? 200. How it is 200? 12,000. How much? I'm just referring. It is 15,400.
Minus 15,200.
15,200.
200.
Okay.
2.
I repeat again. If you are given with the current year profit made, then you can start from that itself. But in this question, what is there? Last year, your P&L account was standing at 15,200. Current year, the P&L account is standing at rupees 15,400. So the net addition to P&L account from the current year, from the balance sheet is only 200. Now we are going to see that whether this 200 is the only addition what is made to P&L account, or is there any further additions because of non-operating or non-cash items. Okay. So now we have to adjust that, add adjustment for non-cash and non-operating items. What I'm going to do here is, adjustment for non-cash and non-operating items. What we are really doing here is, we are just going to add something and minus something from these 200 to find out the real cash from operating activities. What is that real cash from operating activity? While doing profit and loss account, I might have deducted some dividend paid from the profit. Dividend paid is not a operating activity. Dividend paid is a, anyone? Dividend paid is a financing activity. Yeah. So I might have debited that dividend, but now it should be added back. It is a non-operating expenditure, so we are adding it back. Suppose there is a credit in the P&L account, profit on sale of machine. Profit on sale of machine would have increased your profit and loss account profit. But really, profit on sale is not a operating activity profit. It is a investment activity profit. So I have to minus that. Likewise, non-cash items. I might have debited the depreciation. I might have minus the depreciation to know my profit in the P&L account. But depreciation, even though it is an operating activity, but it is not cash activity. It is a non-cash activity. So I have to add it back. So like that, what and all is there? In this question, there is a dividend paid. How much dividend paid is there? Dividend paid. Look at the dividend paid in the question. Dividend paid, please see the question and tell me.
11,500.
11,500 rupees. This was already debited in P&L account. After minusing 11,500 only, my profit is 200. But 11,500 is not actually a financing activity, so I'm adding it back. Okay, next. Depreciation on land and building. Depreciation on land and building. How much we charged? 5,000 we have charged. Depreciation on land and building. Look at this. Depreciation on land and building is 5,000. This 5,000 is depreciation. It is going to profit. This was minused from your income to find out the profit. After minusing that 5,000 only, your profit is 200. But that 5,000 is a non-cash expenditure. So we're adding back to find out the real cash flow from operating activity. Next, same depreciation on machine. The same logic. Depreciation on machine is how much?
6,000.
Next, transfer to general reserve. You have transferred some money to general reserve. Transfer to general reserve from profit and loss account. That is, transfer to general reserve is it how much? 5,100?
5,100.
5,100. So transfer to general reserve 5,100. Next, you minus some amount from provision for income tax. You minus some amount from profit and loss account of the current year for provision for income tax. Provision for is
I think he has dropped off, looks like.
Yeah, he got disconnected maybe.
Guys, can you drop down that documents in the chat box?
It was actually sent as a photo in WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, but I'm not getting that group.
Accounting for managers. In that group it was sent.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thanks.
As I say, again, I resent it.
Yes, got it. Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, by the way, the last week the class notes has been updated in the portal.
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, anybody received the last as well as the ratio analysis last PPT or the notes? Somehow I missed it. The LMS portal, we have only this ratio analysis PDF. So
Yeah.
I didn't find the class PPT.
No, nothing for the class. He has just uploaded a PDF only.
Okay.
No, Professor, yet to upload.
Even for the last week classes also, right?
Yes, it's not there. Cash flow statement, anything not there.
These recordings will be there on the YouTube channel, right?
Recordings will be there, but it will take 3 days, I think. 2-3 days to people to
Previous class recordings are there. You can refer.
yeah.
I'm facing issue with cost of in finding cost of revenue from operations. Do you have any idea how can I calculate that? Hello.
Sorry,
Same
come again,
here.
Preeti.
Cost of
Okay.
revenue from operations.
Actually, for revenue from operation, we'll give some points. Okay, like point wise, we'll calculate. But regarding P&L account and direct balance sheet, some figures you won't get. So some ratios are not able to calculate.
Anybody
Just
knows
right?
what is the difference between cost of revenue and operating expense? Nobody.
it differs from one company to another.
I'm sorry, I think I have lost my connection some time back. I'm audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Screen also visible, right? So the decrease in stock and decrease in
No,
debtor.
Professor, sometimes it breaks, sometimes it's not clear.
Sorry. Am I okay now? Is it okay now?
Yes, Professor. As of now, it
Yes,
is
Professor, it's all good.
So we have discussed up to this, right? I think you were listening up to this. Maybe after this connection was lost. So adjustment for working capital changes, adjustment for working capital changes. We have to check the balance sheet with regard to current assets and current liabilities, whether it is increasing or decreasing. So we have to bring that. If it is decrease in current assets plus, if it is increase in current liabilities plus, okay. If it is decrease in current liability and increase in current asset minus. Now in this question, decrease in stock is there and decrease in debtor is there, so I brought it here. Next, I am just bringing in the difference in sundry creditors. Sundry creditors, look at the balance sheet. Sundry creditors, it was how much? Sundry creditors, it was 75,000, now it is 67,500. So difference is 7,500. I am bringing it here. Next. Any other current liability? No other current liabilities are there. So I just take the total of this. Cash generated from operating activities. Cash flow from operating activities. Cash flow from operating activities. Okay. Is equal to the sum of this. Okay, 67,700. From this, I have to minus the income tax paid less income tax paid. Income tax paid is how much? Is it 14,000? It is 14,000. It is 14,000. Okay. So that will be the result of net cash flow from operating activities. Net cash flow from operating
income. So income tax paid is 16,500.
Sorry?
Income tax paid during the year is 16,500.
Income tax paid, come again?
16,500.
16,500 is it?
16,500.
16,500. 1 minute, I'll check. Income tax paid. You have prepared an income tax account, no? Provision for income tax account. Look at that income tax provision account. Provision for income tax account. This is the provision for income tax account. 16,500 is not a paid. Look at this. This is the provision what you are making. This is the provision. This is paid. Actually, this is the amount paid. Look at this. This is what paid. This is only a provision what we made. This is the payment. So we are writing the payment amount. 14,000 rupees is the amount paid. So it should be equal to this one minus this. Okay. This one minus this. So 53,700 is the net cash generated from operating activity. Next, cash flow from investing activity. Cash flow from investing activities. Cash flow from investing activities. Okay, what are the cash flows from investing activities are there? Check it. Investment means we have invested in machine, purchase of machine, purchase of any fixed asset, sale of any fixed asset. Those things are investment activity. We are buying some purchase of machine is there, no? Purchase of machine. For how much you are buying machine by paying cash? Other than share capital issue, other than share issue. We are buying two. One is machine on cash, one is machine on issue of shares. But here we have to take only the cash. How much we are spending for buying machine on cash? Look at the machine account. Look at the machine account. Machine account. Look at the machine account. Yeah, machine account. 4,000 rupees you are paying through cash. I mean through bank. Okay, 4,000 rupees. Therefore, I am writing it here. 4,000. Okay. It is outflow. 4,000 rupees we are using it. Next, we are selling machine. Look at the same machine account. We are selling machine. Sale of machine. For how much? Sale of machine. Look at the machine account. Sale of machine. This is 900 rupees. This 900 is inflow. So this 900 I am writing here. Inflow. So plus. Next, any other items relating to investing activity? If not, you have to write cash flow from investing activity. Cash flow from investing activity. Cash flow from investing activity. Equal to these two. 3,100 minus. Okay, it's a outflow is more than the inflow, that is right, minus. Net flow is minus. Next one, cash flow from which one? Financing activity. Financing activities. Cash flow from financing activities. Yeah. What are the financing activities are there? Cash flow. Look at the liability side. Actually, liability side, non-current liabilities will be related to financing activity. Look at the balance sheet. Share capital is increasing only because of the purchase of that two assets and goodwill. That is not a cash flow. That is not a cash flow. We are not getting cash for issuing of share. We are getting only stock and machine. So that won't come here. Another one, general reserve we already taken. That is not real cash inflows. Profit loss account we have taken in operating activity. Bank loan. Look at the bank loan. Only one long-term liability is bank loan. Bank loan was 35,000. Now current year it is how much current year? Yeah. Somebody can respond.
Nil.
So if it is nil, last year some amount was there. Current year nil means what is the real thing happened?
Loan repaid.
Yeah, loan was repaid. So repayment of bank loan, repayment of bank. Suppose it is increasing. Last year it is 10,000, current year is 20,000 means you have to write it here, raising of bank loan 10,000, the difference. Okay. Now it is repayment of loan, that is 35,000 outflow. With an outflow, so I am writing minus. Outflow. Okay. Anything else in the outflow or inflow of financing activity? You are paying dividend. Payment of dividend we adjusted in operating activity, but it is really a financing activity, so we are bringing it here. Payment of dividend. Payment of dividend. How much you are paying dividend? 11,500 is paid as dividend. 11,500 dividend paid. So it is minus. It is minus. It is paid. So it's outflow. Outflow. Any other outflow is there? Any other outflow? No. So net cash flow from financing activity is equal to sum of this 46,500 minus. Okay. So these are all the three stages of cash flows. Okay. Now we have to add the opening balance of cash and the cash equivalents. That should be equal to the closing balance of cash and cash equivalents. This is the three things what we generated. What is result of current year? before we start the current year business, we have some opening balance. Look at that. Opening balance of cash and bank and cash equivalents. Cash and bank or cash and cash equivalents. Look at the balance sheet. Correct. Last
200.
year opening balance.
200.
Last year balance. Yeah. It was
200.
40,000 and
Cash and bank together is 200.
check it man properly. Is it so? Land and building 10,000, machinery 75,000, stock 50,000, sundry debtors 40,000. Okay. So cash and bank put together, you are right. Cash and bank put together is
200.
200. Because bank balance is nil. Okay. So bank and cash put together is 200. Bank and cash put together is 200. Yes, you are right. 200. Okay. Now the closing balance.
4,300.
4,300.
Of cash and bank or cash and cash equivalents should be equal to
200.
yeah, it should be equal to like this. Sorry, it should be from the beginning. 1 minute. Let me take one more line here.
It's 4,300, not 40.
Wait. We have to take the total of this. See, this is the generation, this is the outflow, this was the opening balance. So I have to take all this together. Okay, all this together. So this should be the total amount generated. Total amount generated.
Yeah, it is correct.
Yeah, it should be the total amount generated. Okay. Closing balance. Look at the balance sheet. Closing balance of bank and cash.
300 in cash and 4,000 in bank.
Closing balance, it should be 300 plus. If you take from this side also, it should be correct equal to that. 300 plus 4,000. It should be equal to this amount. Okay. So this is what cash flow statement. You have to understand how this is. Now, what is the use of this? You have to check this amount. Okay, this should be always more. Cash flow from operating activities should be much more than anything else. But that's only general principle, general idea. Sometimes it can be. See, look at this. This also almost equal to this. What is the meaning? We are settling the loan. We have repaid the loan. From this, if you repay, it is good. From the loan, if you repay a loan, it is not good. So that kind of understanding you have to make it here. You have to analyze how the cash flows of a particular company is. Yes. Any doubt in this? Yeah.
So just to clarify, sir, the balance sheet at any point in time at the end of the financial year will show the current position of the company, right, in terms of how they are doing overall. But cash flow will show over the period of 1 year where all their cash and their finances have gone through. It's like an audit trail of.
Your closing balance of cash will not show the position of the company. See, it's only a cash.
Correct.
The position of the company is the overall balance sheet. If you take only cash and the bank, if you want to draw some conclusion, that is illogical. Okay, for that purpose only we are preparing this cash flow statement. How this 4,300, is it justifiable? Today it is remaining with me 4,300, but really how much I generated? See, I generated 53,700. After generating that, what I have done, I have met some investing activity outflow and I have met some financing activity outflow. That is why my remaining balance is only 4,300. So by immediately looking at closing balance of cash and bank, if you say that any decision of any inference of the company, that is illogical. Some company.
No, I understand. Yeah, I understand that, sir. So the cash flow statement is for somebody to figure out over the period of one financial year where all their finances have gone.
Yes.
Through, right?
Yes.
That's key.
Yes.
That's key. It's like an audit trail. It's like an audit trail of financial activities.
It is not audit trail. It's see, as an outsider, I want to know how this company is doing in the flow of cash. Which activity is having more cash flow or which activity is having lesser cash flow. What is really happening in this company over a period of time in terms of these three activities? Okay, everything you brought it here, but it's not just audit trial. Audit trial is something different. Audit trial is whether my company is recording all the transactions correctly or not. That is audit trial. Only with regard to cash audit trial we have, okay, cash book auditing. That is different. But here it is just an analyzing tool. It is not related to the company performance or company is recording a transaction. After recording, after performance is measured, it's only an analysis. As an analyst, you want to know how the cash flow is there in the company with regard to all activities. For our convenient, with regard to all the activities, we just classify them into 3 major categories. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any doubt with regard to this cash flow statement? Question is there with you. Okay, question is there in the WhatsApp group. For that, the answer is here.
So can you please send this? So can you please send this?
Yes,
can
definitely,
you please
definitely. I'll post this into your LMS. Okay.
So I have so many doubts with respect to.
One by one, you can ask.
With respect to last assignment.
Please,
like
my dear students, you also can listen and you can just try to help me out in clarifying the doubts if you know. Yes, madam. Go on.
Sir, I don't know how to calculate cost of revenue from operations and revenue from operations.
Cost of revenue from operations. Which company you have taken?
I have taken Maruti and Reliance.
Okay. What you would like to calculate now? Cost of operation.
Yeah, cost of revenue from operations.
Cost of revenue from operation. That's what cost of revenue from operation. Cost of revenue from operation is nothing but your opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock plus all direct expenses. So in the income statement, you will be having one column called expenses, right? One sentence called expenses. First sentence will be income from operation, then other income. Am I right?
Income statement is not there, sir, in annual report.
Income statement is not there. What do you mean by not there?
I'm not able to find.
Profit and loss account is saying.
Profit and loss account is there?
Yeah, that is there.
Okay,
it's the same.
Bengaluru and Bangalore both are one and the same. Bengaluru and Bangalore. Likewise, income statement and profit and loss account both are one and the same.
Okay.
Profit and loss account. Otherwise, it can be called as income statement. Sorry if I have pronounced income statement. You can take that as a profit and loss account. Both are one and the same. All right. So from in that income statement, in the profit and loss account, you'll be having income from operation. Income from operation. Hello. Am I audible to you?
Your voice is breaking.
Breaking, sir.
I don't know. Internet is everything is fine. No problem. But anyway, okay. Am I better now at least?
Yes,
Yeah, it's good.
Yes, sir. It's better now.
Am I audible now? Okay. So your income statement or profit loss account looks like this, starting from income from operation, other income. Your company's P&L account. Is it like this? Yes. Can you please respond, anyone?
So first
sir, we
is
can hear.
revenue from operation. So which
Okay,
is the
revenue
same
from
as
operation,
income statement.
Okay, revenue from operation or income from
Right.
operation, then other income, right? Then
Yes,
total
right.
income.
Then expenses are
Total
there.
income, right? Total income. Right?
Right.
It will be like this. So now you want to know. You want to know what is that? You want to know the cost of revenue from
operation.
Cost of revenue from operation. Look at this. Here, the expenses is nothing but cost. Expenses, nothing but cost. So what you do? You just take here. It will be purchase
Cost of
trade.
Sir, can I list the items which is yeah. First is cost of material consumed.
Okay.
Then purchase of stock in trade.
Okay.
Purchase of stock in trade. Then change in inventory.
Okay.
Then employee benefit expenses.
Only these three. Only these three. If you add, that will be cost of revenue from operation. Cost of revenue from operation. It's nothing but cost of goods sold. Cost of material, purchase of stock in trade, change in inventory. These three things. Maybe this change in inventory may be plus minus. It can have plus or it can have minus. Depending upon the sign, you take the total of these three. That is called your cost of operation or cost of revenue from operation.
Sir, but you said earlier that it also includes wages paid, salary paid, something like that.
So if it is direct expenses, it should be included, direct expenses, but that much minute level of understanding is not possible from that particular income statement. Suppose cost of material is there, no, you are converting that material into output. For that, you are making some workers or laborers to employ, laborers. Their cost need to be included, but here, if you have one more cost called employee cost, employee expenses, employee welfare expenses. In that, if you go to the working note, if you go to the schedule number,
yes.
Okay, you are telling one by one, no? In that employee cost, employee benefit cost or employee expense will be there. In that, suppose it is 2 lakh. In that 2 lakh, how much is the direct expenses? That you can have it from the schedule of that particular expense. Suppose workers, laborers are there, that you have to bring in, but you don't worry, that will be very less. Okay, you just take only these three.
One more thing, sir. There is one more expense which is mentioned under other expenses. And if I see the note for that expense, it has details like stores and spares consumed, packing material consumed, coal consumed, power and fuel consumed. So do we need to consider all that?
No need, no need. You take only these three.
Okay. And sir, one more doubt about operating expense. How do we calculate operating expense?
Except these three, everything under the expense, you take operating expense.
Finance cost, depreciation, and other expenses.
Finance cost, depreciation, and yeah, correct.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
And employee benefits also, employee expenses.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Next, anybody?
So gross profit, how do I calculate
Sorry?
that? Gross profit.
Which profit?
Gross.
Profit.
Yeah.
Gross profit, see, now these three things you take, three expenses. Cost of revenue from operation, that you minus from revenue from operation, that is called gross profit. Gross profit will be equal to sales minus cost. Now cost of goods sold or cost of revenue from operation, cost of goods sold. Now you asked me first doubt, no, the total of that three should be minus from this. Is going to be your gross profit.
Okay, sir. And sir, regarding trade receivable, average trade receivable and all.
Trade receivables and all will be there in the balance sheet, asset side, under current assets, accounts receivables.
So how to find average? But there is only one.
What is average? What is average?
Trade receivable at the beginning of the year.
Trade receivable or trade payable or whatever it is. Forget about accounts. What is average actually?
Opening for A plus B by 2.
That's
Opening
all, no.
plus closing balance
That's all,
by
no.
2.
Madam, can you Understand what sir is telling? A plus B by 2 or A plus B plus C by 3. That's average, right? Now what average you want to calculate? You want to calculate average of accounts receivable. So A is current year accounts receivable, B is last year accounts receivable, total it by 2. Got it, madam?
Okay, sir.
Current year
And so
accounts
market share is not given in this.
Sorry?
Sir, I have one more doubt regarding market share. So that is not given.
Please, let us go one by one. This accounts receivable average is done.
Yes, sir.
You understood?
Yes, sir.
How do you calculate accounts receivable average?
So last year trade receivables plus current year trade receivables
That's it. By 2. That's all. Good. Great. Next.
Sir, one more doubt.
Please.
I don't see any net credit purchase in financial statement.
Net credit purchase, you don't find in the balance sheet or in the income statement. You have to just do small workings. Net credit purchase. See, cost of goods, cost of material consumed. She told no, cost of material consumed. That's the first expense. And then purchase of stock in trade. Purchase of stock in trade.
Stock
For
in
these
trade.
two, you will have a note. You will have a schedule number. For this amount, you will have a schedule number. Go there and check how cost of material is arrived at. In that, opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock will be there. So that purchase you take and you take this purchase put together, these two. This full, this amount full, and in these workings, you will be having one point called purchase of raw material. To find out this value, suppose this is 1000. To find out this 1000, there will be a calculation workings. In that workings, there will be purchase of raw material. Take that amount and purchase of stock in trade put together is called your total purchase. Consider all the purchase as credit purchase. Because we don't have a company with us to ask how much is credit purchase and how much is cash purchase. Normally companies will buy on credit. So you take all the purchase as credit purchase.
All right. Thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah, hi sir.
Hello.
Tarun here, sir. One more small doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, is net revenue from ops equal to revenue from ops minus expenses?
Net revenue from
Operations.
You are finding that word in the profit and loss account of any company?
I am finding revenue from operations, sir.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
not.
Net revenue from operation can be sales minus sales return.
Okay,
It
so
is not-
revenue.
Net revenue means it is not minusing expenses. Net revenue,
Okay.
somebody will use, but most of the time we use only revenue from
Revenue.
operation.
Okay.
But if you use net revenue from operation, that may be possible. Sales minus sales return, or if you are a service provider, you provide the service, but some people are not accepting that service. They are just not paying the money because there is a defect in the service. So that you minus from the bill what you raised. That is called net revenue.
So in case there are no returns or nothing like that, then it's similar to revenue.
Total revenue will be equal to net revenue.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
And sir, how to find average?
Normally, one second, madam, one second. Not only return, something rebate will be there, rebate or discount, something you, what and all is reducing your raised bill. You raised an invoice. What and all is reducing that receipt of that money from that invoice will be minus from the total invoice raised. That is called net revenue. Okay.
Okay.
Or
Clear,
sales.
sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, madam.
Thank you.
So how to find the average number of equity shares for calculating EPS ratio?
Average number of
equity shares.
Equity shares. Anybody from the group respond?
That's there in the balance sheet, actually.
Everything will be there. Nothing is from the professor side. Everything will be there in the statement only. But she also has balance sheet. Can you go a little more specific where she can find in the
There is
balance sheet?
there is the notes to the balance sheet where there will be equity statement and share capital differences.
Yeah.
There will be equity statement and share capital balances where the company would have released a number of equity shares as well as preference shares. Refer that notes to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Note number 1 or schedule number 1 will be talking about the amount of equity share capital. In that note number, definitely there will be mentioning about how many number of shares are there in that company. Suppose 1 lakh equity shares at the rate of rupees 10 is equal to 10 lakh rupee. In the balance sheet, you will be writing 10 lakh. No, how that 10 lakh is arrived? There will be a note scheduled to the scheduled to the accounts, scheduled to balance sheet, or note to balance sheet, note to accounts. Note number 1 will be talking about number of equity shares in the company on that particular day. Balance sheet and income statement will be there. After that, we'll be having some note to accounts or schedule number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Schedule number 1 will definitely talk about number of equity shares. Yes, madam.
Okay, sir, got it.
Yeah. Have you seen any schedule in the annual report? After the P&L account, after the balance sheet, there will be workings. In our academic terms, it is called workings. Okay, workings. Note number 1, note number 2, note number 3. We cannot give all the detailed minus and plus here. So we give only the net amount here. How that net amount is arrived, that will be given in the note. Okay, or schedule. It is called the schedule. In that schedule, the detail about all these things will be there. So you can just go there and refer. Your thing is share capital. So you have to go to schedule number 1 and you have to refer. Yes. Anybody else? So lot of doubts in the assignment only.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, normally it should come because the format what you are seeing, or even though you have studied accounts in your 11th, 12th or degree, the format what you are seeing from the companies will be little different. So definitely there will be a doubt. But immediately you have to check it. Yeah, yes, madam.
So can we get one or 2 days more to submit the assignment?
1 or 2 days more. Today is the last date. Is it so?
Yes,
I guess.
Yes,
Yeah,
tonight.
tonight.
Yes, Professor, we want some 2 or 3 days more. I mean,
It's not possible.
3 days
It's
more, 2 plus 3, 5 days more. You will get. already they are sitting on my head to give the mark. Huh? Since we have not done, so I was just giving some kind of excuses. Later, tomorrow, later. Okay.
Only
So,
2 days
now
enough.
you have a reason.
yes, sir, you have to give 2 days. Otherwise, we will not be able to submit on it.
So the challenge is all the assignment dates are on the same weekend. There's no
I have
gap
given
in
some
between.
other
All
days, but
4.
Office has requested me based on your idea or request. So please keep it as a Sunday. That's why I kept it on Sunday. Otherwise,
Yeah, but all the assignments are today and yesterday only, sir. That is the issue.
Okay. All the subjects. All
subjects. Yeah, all 4 subjects. That's what.
And then AFM requires a very attentive
2 days
focus.
time. I'm just giving on my own. I don't know about the college. I have to ask. But anyway, for the completion only, for you to do the assignment only, we are giving. So for completing it comfortably, take 2 more days time, today and tomorrow.
Sure.
So today already there, sir. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow.
Tuesday night you submit it, please.
Yeah, good.
Okay, tomorrow and day after. Okay.
Tuesday
Thank you,
night,
sir.
Yeah, 11:59. Before that you submit it.
Sure, sir.
Let me check with the office.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Submitted, it's okay. Don't download it again and again, redo it. No, that is fine. See, don't expect for 100% perfection. You cannot do it. You are not having more access to the company. You have to compromise on little bit information. The ratio analysis is not a legal requirement. Whatever variables you take, it is you to justify whether that variable is correct or not. Okay, that much is enough. If you want to see more minute level, then you have to really go and sit with the company and you have to ask the information. Okay, but that is not possible. Even for the analyst who is doing that, it is not done. He will take his own judgment. The logic should be correctly followed. That's it. Okay, the denominator and the numerator, they have been taken with full logic. Maybe credit purchase, just best example, credit purchase, definitely you cannot get it, credit purchase from the apparent balance sheet. But if you go in detail about the notes, there may be there, some company will give you, some company may not. So what we assume, all purchases are credit purchase. Likewise, you have to take a call for some variables with some logic. Okay. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Somebody else is telling. Yeah. Yes.
In one of our site page, moneycontrol.com. So I just Googled and I see a lot many company and all the income statement, balance statement. for the
Yeah.
ratio. So it must be a silly question. So can I take this the balance sheet as a reference and I can do it?
No, no. See, if you want to know about the information about the Dayananda Sir College, if you ask from the college, that will be authentic information. Somebody has taken the information and they are publishing it true. You can take that as a reference point, but that cannot be authentic information. Which company you have taken, sir?
So I have taken Himalaya Food International.
Yeah, go to that company's
Limited.
website. It will be presented there. Balance sheet and the P&L account will be presented there. You take that as an authentic information. Sometime what happens, moneycontrol.com, if sometime there may be error, but you can take it, nothing wrong in that. But if there is any mismatches between the real figure and moneycontrol.com figure, then really you have to depend on the company's figure. If you go to moneycontrol.com, even the ratios also worked out and given, then don't take it, please. Ratios
So it's
itself.
given all.
Yeah, all the
statement.
companies, listed companies only are taking. So definitely by this time, 2020 March, April over. Now it's 2-3 months over. Definitely somebody might have taken it and analyzed for the purpose of giving the analysis to the investor. So that will be available in the public domain. You can take that as a reference point, but you please work it out. Okay.
Okay, got it. Sir.
Sir,
At least by seeing this the portal, so now at least we can able to correlate what we studied in the class, the terminologies, what we listed.
Yeah.
That's good.
Sir, you asked one thing in the notes. The first thing, what was that, sir? In the company's
Which one?
You asked to check one in the note section to calculate.
Note to accounts or schedule number 1, 2, 3 like that. Schedule number will be there. Schedule number 1, note number 1, 2 like that. Anybody is having a balance sheet with you right now?
I have, sir.
Can you share that? I will just give an option for you. I mean, right for you to share it. Full balance sheet, correct?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, I'll make you as a presenter. You just share that for the benefit of others. What is your name, madam?
Jasveer Kaur.
Sorry?
Jasveer Kaur. JASVIR.
J. Yeah, can you just present it now? Are you able to present?
No, sir. So I need to share screen only, then I will be able to present. Is it?
Or you can drop the balance sheet in the message box and professor
but
take
that
it
will be,
from there.
Yeah, that's also possible. Yeah.
Sir, in the meantime, on the assignment on point number 6, to interpret and compare the results of the ratios of both the years for both the companies.
Yeah.
So, how do we go ahead with this? Do I give a direct interpretation, like suppose if I'm going with current ratio, which is basically current asset by current liabilities.
Yeah.
So, if assets is more, less, like obviously the company is in a good condition, or do I go interpret like this, or I compare with compare the 2 years? Like suppose in the previous year the ratio was less, and now it has improved. So the company is doing better.
Now you are doing for two years and for 2 companies, right? Or 1 company?
Yeah, 2 years for 2 companies.
Yeah. So from last year to current year, how it is improved within the company?
Within the same within the company. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Like that only, not an interpretation of the ratio. Correct, sir?
No. Yes.
Okay. Clear.
How to present it? I'm not able to do that.
Is it so?
Go on share screen.
Down there is a share screen, no?
Down arrow there will be a.
Or you can okay. Let me just open one balance sheet up. By the time anybody else having any other doubt?
For this cash flow, sir, what to go through the material you will upload or?
I will upload. I will upload.
Sir, one more question sounds a little odd. So in total, how many ratio analysis we have to do, sir? Because like it's around, if we look at it, if we look at the sub ratios and all, it comes to around 23, 24. So we have to do all of it, or like the main ones only? Like suppose if we go with equity and all, some of the
I have
points
given
were
you
not.
four category, right? I have given you four
Yeah.
category.
Yeah, sir.
In that four category, the important ratios you have to do.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir.
Only that four category.
Yeah. Only the important ones. Now, because some we are not able to find it easily in the like equity numbers, then shareholding pattern and all those things. In the
Only the
four
important
categories, the important ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Are you able to see one PDF file?
It's loading.
Yeah. This is the annual report. Actually, you have to download the annual report. That annual report will consist of everything about the company of that particular year. If you have a better connection, you can just load this. See, if you, any company, if you go to that particular company, it is definitely there will be annual report. Look at this. This company's annual report, starting from 10/11 onwards, 1920 it is there. Current year it will be uploaded. Sorry, 1920 is there. 2021 is not over. 1920 current year uploaded. So this is only a profit loss account, balance sheet, and this consists of everything. Annual report of the company. It will be about 400-300 pages. But we don't want to go through all those things. If you want to know about the balance sheet, that particular note number or schedule number, look at this. Schedule number 21 is about equity. Schedule number 21. If you go to schedule number 21, how many number of shares are there can be found out from schedule number 21. Balance sheet of this company last year. Schedule number will not be there in this. You have to go to annual report only. Look at this annual report. Yeah, now it's coming to balance sheet. Look at this. This is the cash flow statement. Look at the cash flow statement. Cash flow from operating activities. Before cash flow statement, your balance sheet will be there. Yeah, this is balance sheet. This is the balance sheet. Okay. Look at this. These are all note numbers. So if you want to know the detail about this 737.62 crore lakhs, not crore, in lakhs. What is that? If you want to know, you have to go down. The equity share capital they are giving you. This is statement of changes. After this, the number of shares will be there. Schedule number 21, no? Yeah. Note number 21. Note number 21. You have to search like this, note number 21 where it is. If you go there, definitely there will be note number 21. Note number. I can give you.
You can leave the spaces. Without space, you can.
Note number.
So you can search the notes. Under that, you will be able to find all the notes.
One second, just a minute. Yeah, look at this. This note number going on now. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 20. Now we need 20, 21 now. Look at this. This is the number of shares. Equity share capital, note number 20. This money, I mean 1 crore 50 lakhs. 1 crore 50 lakhs equity shares are there in this company.
And so where we can find the market price of shares?
Okay, you can just, sorry, anybody, market price, you have to find it in market only.
Yeah, on the stock exchange we can find.
Which company's market price you want?
Reliance and Maruti.
Which one?
Reliance.
Reliance. I don't have any company called Reliance. Is there any company by name Reliance?
Sure.
Huh?
Okay, you can search for Maruti Suzuki.
Maruti Suzuki. Why Reliance you left it? Which company? Reliance group of companies. Which Reliance you are asking about?
RIL.
RIL. Reliance Industry. That very small amount. RIL.
RIL is 2,201 current market price.
2,198. Reliance. Reliance Communication. You see. Reliance Communication. ₹1.95. Okay. So market price you can just take it from NSE or BSE. NSE or BSE.
But sir, other amounts are in crores, so I don't know how to convert it to rupees to crores.
What do you want to calculate now? Please tell me what you want to calculate.
Sir, it was last ratio. Let me. So it's a P profit or equity ratio. P/E ratio. P/E ratio.
What is that? Price earning ratio.
Price earning ratio.
Price earning ratio. What's the formula?
A market price of a share upon earnings per share.
Okay. Now what about your crores and all? What do you mean? You told something is in crore.
Sir,
both will be in rupees only. EPS and NPS, market price per share and earning per share, both will be in rupees, maybe 3 digit or 4 digit, something like that. Both will be in thousands only.
Okay.
Are you getting it? Crores?
Yes.
Equity share will be, total equity share will be in crores. Look at this, in this company, the crore, 1,500 lakhs is there. 1,500 lakhs is the total amount what they collected from the equity shareholders as face value. This is not the EPS or this is not the MPS. Market price just now is taken for the Reliance Industry 2000 change. EPS may be 100 or 200 or 300. You have to check it. EPS will be there in the profit and loss account. Last item in the P&L account will be EPS. EPS will be in 3 digit or 4 digit, and MPS also maximum in 4 digit. Maximum will be in 4 digit. Eicher Motors or some other companies having higher values. Okay. But anyhow, it is 4 digit, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 60,000 maybe. What is crores and why do you worry about crores? I don't understand.
No, sir, now I got it.
Yeah.
Sir, I have one question related to the same thing. In the statement which I have downloaded for Maruti Suzuki. In
Okay.
that, earnings per share, we have basic and diluted.
Okay, take it basic one you take. Diluted means, see, basic EPS and diluted EPS. Actually, EPS means earning per share is equal to the amount available to equity shareholders, the profit available to equity shareholders divided by the number of equity shares. Okay, your EPS will be equal to profit available to equity shareholders. Profit available to equity shareholders divided by the number of equity share. Okay. Now this is what normal or basic EPS. Basic. Diluted EPS means the number of equity shares in future may increase or decrease because of some rights in securities. There will be convertible securities. What is convertible securities? There may be a preference share or there may be a debenture. In future, they may be converted into equity. If they get converted, then immediately the number of share in the company is getting increased. Are you able to understand my point? Preference share and debentures are there today with the right of anytime converting that into equity shares. Okay. If that gets converted, your number of equity share will get increased. If number of share is getting increased, your EPS will reduce. How it is reducing? The denominator is increasing from 10,000 shares to 12,000 shares. Okay, your amount available for equity shareholder is, say for example, it is 12,000 only. The profit after payment of everything, the net profit available in the company is 12,000. Today the number of shares is 10,000. So your EPS will be how much? 12 rupee. Okay, in this first case. Okay, the second case. What is second case? If these securities are converted into equity share, then it will become 12,000 number of shares. The amount available to equity remains constant. So it becomes 10 rupee. Diluted EPS. Always diluted EPS will be less than the basic EPS. So you take basic EPS only. Don't worry about the diluted EPS. Diluted EPS means EPS calculated for the maximum number of shares which will be there in the company after the rights of conversion is exercised. Are you getting my point? Sir, are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. I understood. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Diluted EPS and EPS.
So I have one last doubt. So like for calculating equity shareholders fund, we just need to take only share capital and reserves and surpluses.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, correct. It will be there in the question, balance sheet only. You do not have to calculate. Shareholder fund, it will be there in the balance sheet directly. The first item of the balance sheet is shareholder fund, right? Shareholders fund balance sheet. The first item will be there that you take. If it is not directly given, you take share capital plus reserves and surplus. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So it has given share capital only and reserve surplus in the balance sheet.
Equity share capital plus reserves and surplus. What put together is equity shareholders fund. See, in this something it is called other equity. In some balance sheet is told as other equity. Equity plus other equity. Both put together is called shareholder fund.
So do we need to add other equity as well in shareholder fund?
Other equity means reserves and surplus only other equity. What is there in your company under other equity? Under other equity, what is there?
So, sir, basically total equity is shareholders fund. So, a total equity is shareholders fund, right?
Equity and other equity both put together is shareholder fund. Other equity is nothing but your reserves and surplus, profit and loss account. I'm just checking for this balance sheet. Yeah, look at this balance sheet. Yeah, look at this balance sheet. This is the balance sheet now. Look at this. This is shareholder fund. You need not calculate. This is equity. Equity is nothing but shareholder fund. Total equity is nothing but shareholders fund. If you go to this other equity, note number 21, you will be having the resource and surplus, profit and loss account, how they arrived at this amount. So please don't take this 29,805.08 lakhs is your shareholders fund, equity shareholders fund. Suppose in point number C, preference shareholder is there, preference share capital. That time, that also we add it for total capital. If you want only equity shareholder fund, only take this.
Okay.
ROCE, return on capital employed. To calculate that, you have to take this amount only. Return on capital employed, ROCE. Madam, are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, other equity plus share capital put together is total equity, or you can call it as total capital employed, or you can call it as net worth of the business, or you can call it as book value of owner's claim in the business, or just equity shareholder fund. There are so many names for this 29,805.08. I repeat, total equity or just equity, shareholder fund, equity shareholder fund, net worth of the business, book value of the owner's claim in the business. All 6 name refers only this 29,8055.
But sir, in the PDF, to calculate the shareholders fund, we had some formula, isn't it? But
that
now,
formula is only taken care in this other equity. Suppose if you don't know this, if you don't have this breakup, that time, if you want to calculate, see this 94,049.47 minus these two. That's the formula. What is the formula? Total assets or total liabilities minus external liability. What is external liability? These two are the external liability. This is long-term external liability, this is short-term external liability. So from this 94,049.47 minus 31,069.20 minus 33,175.19. If you minus, you will get this amount. That's the formula. Shareholder fund is equal, otherwise another formula. Shareholder fund is equal to share capital plus resource and surplus. If you go to note number 21, you will have all those detail about the other equity. If you add that, you will get the shareholder fund. That formula is correct. You got my point. The formula is used only when there is no total of that amount is given in the balance sheet. In your normal sole trading company's balance sheet, you won't get that amount of detail. Okay, there will be individual item. This will be recorded in the balance sheet itself. This will be recorded in the balance sheet itself directly in some balance sheet of sole trading company. That time you have to add all these things. What's the formula? Equity share capital, which is coming under note number 20. This amount, okay, this amount plus resource and surplus, all resource and surplus put together, everything. That is the formula. Minus any fictitious asset. If there is any loss asset or any waste asset is there, you have to minus, but in this company it is not there. Even if it is there, don't worry, you take that equity plus other equity put together, total equity is your total capital employed or total equity. Okay, so let us take some 10 minutes break. We'll assemble after 10 minutes. We'll start one more important concept, that is marginal costing. With that, our syllabus will come to an end. Okay.
Sir,
10 minutes.
one last
Yeah.
question.
Please, no problem. Last question.
Yeah. For the examination purpose, will probably you will give the balance sheet and the P&L account, and
Yeah. That will be very simple. Not like your real-time balance sheet and real-time P&L account. We'll be having all the items directly.
Okay, so then is there a chance that will the question be asked to calculate the whole ratios, like 21 ratios available? Or only...
depending upon the mark, depending upon the time, how much time that question is for. Okay, suppose if it is 20 mark question, I may be asking you to calculate some 10 ratios.
Okay.
Yeah, if it is 20 mark question. If it is 5 mark question, I'll be asking you to calculate 1 or 2 ratios.
Okay, sir.
Likewise. So based on the number of mark, based on the time allotted for that question, we'll be asked to calculate the ratios.
Yeah, why I'm asking, I was taking to calculate all the ratios. Actually, I was taking more than 3 hours. So so that's the reason I was just curious whether.
Yeah, we understand, but it won't be testing your ability of writing. It's only testing your understanding of the subject. The exam, what you're going to write, will not test your ability of writing, how much you are writing within 1 hour. Not that. Okay, will test you how much you understood from the subject. Humanly possible time consumption, that will be asked. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, let us meet at 11:30 again. See you then.
Hello, Professor. Hello, Professor.
Yeah, tell me, please. Yeah.
You can stop the recording now.
Yes.